Morning guys. Okay, so we've got this Stormraven and Big Steve's put it together. Normally I would paint the interiors first on these sort of things and obviously make the doors work and stuff, but he's glued everything together. Some of the guns still move, which is really good. The engines move as well. I think the other one does. Well, it does now. so the engines move as well. He's put it in the flying position, so all the landing gears up as well. So we haven't really got to worry too much about that. But he's painted it using a brush, and it's quite a messy paint up, which is a bit of a shame. There's no disrespect to Steve whatsoever. It just means that we've got lines in it. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got lines in there, but we've also got areas where paint and glue is a bit messy as well. So first things to do are to clean it up. So what we're going to have to do is dust it all down before we start painting it, and we're going to go through step by step painting certain things. So we'll do all the gold, but it's going to be a long format video, so you're going to see me doing it. So I'm just going to give this little puppy a clean, and then we'll come back to it, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Okay guys, so we've dusted it down. So now we've got to think about how we're going to paint this. So I don't really know much about the Grey Knights, but I'm thinking a bit of gold in there. Obviously we've got to have the red and white stripe, or red and white stripes, and somehow obviously we've got to make it look used and abused as well. And the trouble is, because it's all painted in bolt gun metal, it's going to make it even more difficult to do. Okay, so let's start with the gold first, I think. Now this is a trial and error, and this is long format video. You're going to get very bored. I'm going to rant. I'm going to throw a competition in today as well. I've got a prize. It's sitting here on my desk, and I thought it'd be quite cool to go for, but we'll discuss that in a minute. Okay, so first things first, we've got our gold. We're using shining gold. We're gonna paint up the engines, so let's get those out there. This is gonna be very boring for you, I do apologise guys, and also I've got to try and get you in the camera. It's difficult when somebody gives you a semi-painted model for but it's difficult to paint up, because obviously you would do things a little bit differently to everybody else. So ideally I'd be painting, I'd probably spray the undercoat for the model, and it's really difficult painting as well in front of a camera, so it slows everything down. There we go, just round it like that. Now you'll notice that I'm just speeding through this without very much care whatsoever, because in my head I kind of know that later on I can come back, and if I have gone over something, or I've got some spillage, or I've forgotten the word for it, but if I go over and I hit something else, I can pretty much just clean it up as I go along, so I'm not too bothered. And you're going to make little muck-ups here and there anyway, you're going to mess stuff up, so don't worry. Like I always say, it's all part of the game, it's all part of the learning curve. There's been some really great videos lately. General Splatten's latest piece is fantastic. The guy freehands like a demon, it's just unbelievable. I wish I had that skill, I really do. Old Terrain Midas, or Midas Terrain I think it is, with his Space Marine helmet, absolutely brilliant. I mean, I really love one of those, just to put on the mantelpiece. Yeah, he's doing such a great job with it. Right, let's just get in that. Let's get that bit there. and I'd be interested to find out how people are dealing with their Contemptor pattern dreadnoughts, how they're dealing with painting them up, what sort of style they're going for, because I saw a fantastic one the other day, and I think it's iPhone Bunker or something like that. He did a brilliant, absolutely brilliant Khorne Contemptor with 2 Parafists, and I've got to say, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's nice to see people converting them straight away. There you go. So we're just getting this in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on just getting all the gold on. Now, as you remember, as I said before, I've never painted one of these before, and I know a lot of people have painted theirs in Blood Angels, and I've seen a few of the Grey Knight ones, but I have to say I've wanted to paint one, but it's been one of those things where I wasn't too sure, and plus I didn't really need one because I can't really have one in my army. I suppose I could have it as a apocalypse. Oh, sorry, an apocalypse, but unless it's in my army list, I don't really bother. Unless it says on the Forge World, the model it can be equipped to, like say, Space Wolves and Black Templars and stuff. That's the only time I really sort of buy something for my Black Templar army. Yeah, so nearly there. We just got to get these engines done. I'm not too fussed about the coverage on this, because when we come to ink it, it's going to change anyway, and it's nice to have a lighter coat on there. I'm not too sure whether this one moves or not. No, this is actually glued in, so we're not going to be able to get around the back of it. So the old pre-heresy armies are coming on really well, and I've seen some fantastic stuff, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Orc Painter Nerds Blood Angel, pre-heresy Blood Angel. From what I've seen in these videos, they're actually looking really, really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing Black Sun Studios Death Guard as well, because I know for a fact they're going to look lovely. Just by seeing what he's done with his Terminators, by making them true scale, sort of pumping them up a bit. They look absolutely brilliant, and I know he's got a Mortium on the way as well somewhere, so that would be quite cool. And obviously Thraxful with his super duper Ultramarine Smurfs. I'm looking forward to seeing those as well. They look quite cool. I'm also looking just forward to getting the game on. I mean, this will be the first game I've played in ages. I tend to just sort of sit there and watch everybody else playing. I think the last game I had was that big Apocalypse battle, so I'll have to change that soon. And speaking of which, pre-heresy battle, there is a massive monumental game coming up next year, and I think they're going for a lot more points, like 1 million points. And I'm interested in playing that, so I'll see how that goes and let you guys know about it. That should be quite good. It's like a 5-day game. Okay, so we've painted our engines. We just put a light coat on them, and there you go, the gold there. So now we're going to concentrate on getting these engine vents sorted out. So we're going to do those in gold as well. Now, it will give us a very nice brassy look, the shiny gold with the powder black over the top. Now the reason why I'm using shiny gold and not brass, it's just a paint I like to use. It gives great effects, and when you're trying to make something look pretty, say for example this piece, because it's already painted, you want to be able to do stuff with it. So let's just have a look. Let's get that on there. Okay, so you see it's starting to break up the model somewhat, because what last thing we need basically is, if I'll just bring that around there, sorry guys. Last thing we need is just tons and tons of bolt gun metal all over this. So we've got to think about breaking his pattern up a bit. We've got to do likewise for the bits at the back. So if I bring that around there, and I bring my arm around the camera, so if I knock it, I do apologise. So I suppose really I should say something about England at the moment. Gotta say I'm gutted, truly gutted. It's shocking what's happened, but I suppose it was inevitable. But it's disappointing, I suppose. I feel disappointed, let down. But what can you do about it? Anyway, that's my political rant over. Yeah, so I keep knocking the camera. That's because I'm having to paint around the side of it. Okay, let's get these bits done around here. So I'd be interested to find out what people are listening to at the moment, what kind of music. Is anybody listening to the Games Workshop tapes or CDs you can get, the storage CDs? Because they're really good, I love those. I always listen to them when I'm painting. And I'd be interested to find out what people's favourite Horus Heresy book is at the moment, because I finished reading Fulgrim, and while cool at the very end, I've got to say I got really bored halfway through it, and everybody told me that it was the best book so far, but do you know what? I don't think it is for me. There's quite a few other books out there that are really, really cool. Okay, so I'm in the way of the light here, and we're 10 minutes, I think, into this. So what I might do is pause it at 50, and then do another video so we can carry on. So we're doing all the gold on this little puppy, and we are then going to go in and look at what other areas we need to concentrate on. So we might start on the red pieces next. Now I'm looking at this as being a very basic paint job, because I don't think it needs to be, I don't know, a massive paint job. I mean, I think half the battle is creating something that's going to look, you know, grey nightish. You can't see this at the moment because it's hidden underneath the tail. Got to make it look grey nightish. It's got to fit in with his army, and if you remember Big Steve, his sisters and his Grey Knight army is huge. I mean, it is a sight to see. Okay, so we've done that side. I'm not going to bore you to death with doing the same bit there, because I think that's just a bit boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the video. I'm going to quickly paint that bit and that bit. So that's that bit, and then we'll come back to video 2. So I'll see you in a minute.